folks, that was a wild, wild game. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad that you are here. Today's jank, we are trying to see the truth. An interesting little card. Blue 1 for a sorcery. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of those into your hand, the rest on the bottom in any order. So basically anticipate at sorcery speed. Not great. But if this best spell was cast from anywhere other than your hand, put each of those cards into your hand instead. So draw 3 instead. So it's fine as an anticipate. You should not hesitate to cast this off if you just need the anticipate effect. But we're obviously trying to game it a little bit. How do we plan on doing that? One of the most common ways you're going to end up doing that is mission briefing. Surveil 2. Choose an instant or sorcery card in your graveyard. You may cast it this turn. If that spell would be put into your graveyard this turn, exile instead. So basically, Snapcaster Mage for spells. But Mission Briefing allows us to cast it from our graveyard. So Mission Briefing, See the Truth, becomes Surveil 2, Draw 3 when we need extra cards. Alternatively, the Mission Briefing also, it's very important that we're kind of a blue-red controlling style deck. So being able to Mission Briefing, flashback our spells is also very, very relevant. So this isn't just for the combo. 4 mana, blue, 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 Surveil 2, Draw 3 is actually a reasonably fair card. Like, I don't think that's going to break any formats if that was actually just printed that way. Especially since it's a sorcery. You got to cast the See the Truth as a sorcery, right? But in fairness, I think it's pretty good. And the flexibility of Mission Briefing, being able to be cast at instant speed and flashback our other stuff on their turn and stuff, I think makes it worth it and good. The other way we're gaming it is Precognition Field. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. Okay. You may cast instant and sorcery spells from the top of your library. Pay 3, exile the top card of your library. So this will allow us to cast See the Truth from the top of our library, hopefully, and be drawing 3 for 2 at sorcery speed anyway. Hopefully often. Admittedly, it's a little bit of a specific set of circumstances, but I think it's fine and good. The rest of this shell, I don't think any of it's going to surprise you. Shark Typhoons for win conditions. A little bit of board sweep action. Bonecrusher Giant for both win condition and interaction. Lots of interactive spells, you know. So it is what it is. Let's go play some games, right? All right, folks, here we are up against Kalstrom. Good luck, Kalstrom. A lead on Breeding Pool. Probably just Sultai would be my guess. But it could just be, you know, a Simic Uro pile, right? Oh boy, it's banned. Well, fine. I'm not sure how good our Bant matchup is, but I'm not sure it's bad either, so let's see how this goes, you know? Oh, what? Baron Tolarian Archmage coming on down. We're going to kill that thing. For sure. Get down a Riverglide Pathway and pass the turn. We could cycle away as Shark Typhoon. At some point here, I don't think we want the 1/1 Shark. Our opponent's already shown us bounce. They're doing something a little crazy over there. So I don't think bouncing in, you know, just to draw a card. But we don't really have anything we need, you know? So I think we're just content to wait. Our opponent is missing land drops, though. So I think we will accept a 2/2 on their end step if we do nothing else. Just try and capitalize on that. Okay. Solemn Simulacrum, that's inconvenient. Yeah. I guess not. We're gonna Abrade then. No cards drawn for you. We don't expect a ton of creatures. This appears to be some kind of enter the battlefield trigger deck. Tolarian or Barons, Solemn Simulacrums. So I wouldn't be surprised if we wish we had that back. You know, they could come up with a like Thragtusk this turn or something like that. But oh, Nissa. All right. Well, we are going to Abrade whatever land they untap. Sure. Yep. You may leave. All right. Hey, all right. Well, we're going to slam a Shark Typhoon for certain here. Now, if they untap, play a white source, Elspeth Conquers Death, we feel pretty bad about this course of action. But, I'm not going to lie. I recognize the best course of action almost exclusively is cycle Shark Typhoon on their end step. That's almost always the better play. But I love hardcast Shark Typhoon. There are few things in the game I love more than hardcast Shark Typhoon. So, you know, we're doing it this way, for better or for worse. Hellstrom does not have an extra white source. Does have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 mana, 11 mana. All right. Vanishing Light. All right. Well, that is not just as bad, but pretty close. Yeah. Unfortunately, we're going to be cycling a Shark Typhoon this turn. Because we can't let their Nissa just ultimate casually, you know? Yeah. Need to kill off this white source. Take some damage. Need to be able to press through that Nissa. Alright, yeah, this definitely could have gone worse then. Alright. So let's... Yeah. See the truth. Okay. Well... It might come to that. We'll find out. But for now, I think we're actually just going to mission briefing. Oh, crud. Well, that was a mistake. Because I did not... Or I was trying to see the truth. But I forgot that we'd already used one of our blue mana from earlier. So this is okay. We get to limit their mana production a little bit more. We also are taking less damage, which is important. But, you know, not thrilled about our current situation, for sure. All right. Forest. Yeah. A brand new Nissa. Interesting. Wow. Well. We are going to, Storm's Wrath now, let me tell you. No question about that. And yeah, we'll just see the truth. Get a Bonecrusher Giant. It's possible Storm's Wrath was the better play there, but with our opponent on just 2 mana, I think this is a relatively safe play. Alright. Come on, baby. Stomp. Bonecrusher. Go. All right, opponent casting a brand new Uro. That's not great. Yeah. Fabled Passage does enter. Well, Uros can come back as soon as next turn. That much is inconvenient. All right, well. Mission briefing. See the truth. Draw 3. All right. Play a Sulfur Falls. Okay. Our opponent did go after a Plains there, so they can't actually bring Uro back yet. That is definitely a small blessing. Okay, it's Fairy Master of Time. I wouldn't describe that as a small blessing. Yeah, fine. Oh, and Kaelstrom scoops them up. Yeah, folks, we were handling everything they were about, and they said, no, that's enough. We're done. And scoop them up. GG, opponent. GG. All right, folks, here we are up against Kai's 72. This is an interesting hand. I think this is good enough. We will see. Depending on what our opponent does, we can go Steam Vents tapped. Could also just lead on Riverglide Pathway on red. But we do typically need more blue for our See the Truth and the flashback thing. So they do keep the 7. Yeah, let's just go ahead. Steam Vents tapped and wait. Mission briefing, See the Truth combo. So, okay, it is Llanowar Elves. We're not excited about that in any way, shape, manner, or form. We are going to bolt that bird. Get down an island and pass. Do not want them having access to too much extra mana in the early game here. Next turn, we are very, very likely to chart a course. Oh boy, we were expecting like elves or something. This is Garul. Definitely powerful. Yeah, we are going to chart a course, draw some cards, discard. See the Truth. Glad we did. Good heavens, folks. We definitely needed more mana and did not get any of them. So, it was a narrow thing. Almost didn't do it, but whoo-wee, are we glad we did. All right, we take 3. Yeah. Well, not going to fool around. Scorching Dragonfire, Scorching Dragonfire. Our opponent very well may be able to just, like, land Questing Beast here, which would be not great. But that's much better than land Embercleave on the now 5/5 Khazad-dû Mammoth that becomes a 6/6 with the Embercleave on it. We're literally dead to that. Yeah, it is the Embercleave, which feels really, really bad. All right. Sure. And we're going to do the Lava Glide Pathway so that we can hold up Shivan Fire should we need to. The opponent can still just go land, attack, Embercleave. We drop to 1. The next Bonecrusher Giant, you're dead, sort of thing, you know? And without any ways of gaining life, that is not too far-fetched a scenario at all. Oh, it's just a tapped land. Okay. Well, then in that case, we might just hold on to Shivan Fire. And Shivan Fire the Questing Beast on our turn. Yeah. Maybe it's better to do it on their turn because the opponent could have another Questing Beast. But if we wait... Okay, just one? Yeah, this is fine. Down to 6. Sure. Well, let's kill a Land of Werewolves here. Get down a Bonecrusher Giant. Represent removal that we don't actually have. And pass the turn. Pelt Collector. Sure. Alright, one land, and we can actually kick this Inscription of Insight. Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? Well, then let's just hardcast Shark Typhoon. No attacks, pass that turn. Because Storm's Wrath, now, we're not nearly as worried about losing Bonecrusher Giant as we were before. Now 1 mana short on Embercleave. If that is in fact the last card in hand. Okay, well. Yep. We're, of course, going to hold on to Mission Briefing in case we need to fire off a Shivan Fire to save our life. That's inconvenient. Alright, Inscription of Insight, kicked. Everything. Okay. These are definitely useful cards that we could take advantage of here. We will throw everything in front of Gruul Spellbreaker should they attack with it. But they, without a land drop, cannot also Embercleave it. So that much is okay. Yeah, okay. Fine. Alright. Attack for 8. Opponent, you know, this is like the most telegraphed Storm's Wrath all time. But our opponent might be thinking, we've got life total to play with, and what if they don't have it, sort of thing. And that's a reasonable thing to think. So we are just going to sweep the board. I guess we will chart a course because we did attack with the creatures, so we get a 2/2 to block with. Hey, we even get the land drop. Feels good, man. But we also have an Abrade now, so we can kill an Embercleave should they go for kill shot, utilizing that. All right. Mission Briefing. Make a 2/2. Send Anger of the Gods to the bin. I think we'll hang on to that. Going to cast back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. It is quite possible we just wanted to draw the extra cards, but I think the Inscription of Insight being able to be kicked makes this the much better play. I mean, sure. Oh, no. Wait. Cancel. We actually don't want to bounce any creatures. That would have been embarrassing. All right, target that player. Make a 4/4. Yep, these cards are good. Then make a 5/5. We are presenting lethal more than one way here. I'm not sure what our opponent can have that kills us in commonly played cards. Like, yes, okay. They could have Lightning Strike or something like that, but not too many Gruul decks are playing those these days. Very, very few indeed. Okay, Shatter Skull Smashing takes away our opportunity at lethal. Inconvenient, but not unexpected. All right, so let's charge in. Hard cast a Shark Typhoon. Make a 6/6. And pass. We're actually going to hold up Bonecrusher Giant and anger the guy. Or, I'm sorry, and Abrade. Just in case our opponent has something truly silly. Not quite sure. Like, but they could theoretically... Yeah, okay. Indeed, we got him, folks. We got him. Good heavens, that was a wild ride, but good game, opponent, good game. All right, folks, here we are up against Big Blue, and I mean, this is not a great hand. We have no interaction at all, but since we're on the play, hopefully Chartercourse can draw us into some. Darn it, at least we have lands, so. Okay, opponent shocks in Hallowed Fountain. For Mystical Dispute, you are kidding me. Oh my word. Shocks in again. Sorry to the cons. I mean, that's absolutely meaningless. Precognition Field opponent? No. Dolvin's Veto. Alright, Big Blue. Trying to prevent any fun from happening if they can help it. This is acceptable as far as I'm concerned. Yep. Try to draw to. They let it happen. These things are both good as far as I'm concerned. No land, though, which is inconvenient. Okay, opponent thirsts. Not for knowledge, but for meaning. They get rid of an Elspeth Conquers Death. Fair enough. Temple of Enlightenment coming on down. Going to do a bit of scrying. Goes bottom with that. Well, we're going to see the truth. Opponent lets it happen. We're actually just going to grab the land. The Precognition Field is tempting there, but it's almost certainly not going to resolve. We would, you know, because we wouldn't be able to even cast it this turn. I think we would rather just make our land drop for the time being. And then on their turn, Bonecrusher their face, get down a Bonecrusher Giant. The next turn, try and pressure them in that manner. Okay. Omen of the Sea, Omen of the Sea. Yeah, we could make sure to get our Bonecrusher Giant through, but to be flatly honest, if they want to counter a spell, I think the Bonecrusher Giant is a fine one to counter. So, get that counter spell out of their hand. Just happens, huh? Alright, fine. How about this half a Bonecrusher Giant, opponent? How do you feel about this? Alright, they gain a life. Sure. Up to 15, we pass. It might just make a Castle Ardenvale token here. They do not. More Omen of the Seas. All right. Yep. One top, one bottom. No. Deck, for the love of God. Auto-passing means we're done. Thank you. Seriously done. Decidedly done. I have this button clicked. Please don't ask me again. Very done, folks. Very, very done. Do not want this again. Okay, yeah, we'll draw a card here. This is fine with us. It's another Shark Typhoon. That's kind of nice. Really, really short on lands here, folks. This is not great even in the least bit. One top, one bottom for our opponent's Scry. We are going to discard the Anger of the Gods. Not likely to matter much here, and darn it, we're hurting. We do plan on cycling away a Shark Typhoon on their end step, which could be like Tails Ended or something, which would be not great, but is what it is. Yep, opponent gaining a life. We are drawing a card. Thank heavens it's a land. Going to charge in there after Big Blue's face. No interaction. Mission briefing. Yeah, okay. Get rid of one land. Grab See the Truth. Recast See the Truth. See what they have to say about that. They just let us draw all the cards. All right. And make a dude. All right. Well, we're going to Abrade said dude because we're discarding anyway. So, kind of nice. Yeah, I think we're just going to be discarding See the Truth here. These certainly not guaranteed to do anything, but we absolutely need to be making our land drops so that we can be cycling Shark Typhoons. All right, Thirst for Meaning. Our opponent very, very thirsty over there. Discarding an enchantment or two cards. An enchantment. All right. And making a dude, sure. These things are fine by us. Vanishing Light coming on down, going to hit our 3/3. Inconvenient. But not a big deal. Yep. Going to make a 5/5. Draw a brand new card. It'll come in tapped. Opponent gains a life. Sure, it's a land. We are getting them lands now, folks. Make our land drop, go to combat, charge in for 5. Opponent doesn't interact. We pass. Opponent gonna make another dude. You got it. Narset, Part of Reveal is going to prevent our card draw, which is inconvenient. We dislike that. As it stands, though, folks, we've got Lethal because we can make a 6/6 on their end step, which will come in tap. They'll gain a life, so they'll go up to 7 life. But then we can just ping their face. Oh boy, this extra authority of the consoles is actually really bad for us. If they can both handle the 5/5. And cast it. Interesting. All right. No interaction. Opponent thirsty. Yeah. We're gonna try and kill him. They need to have a counterspell here. Okay. Yeah, this is fine. All right. Opponent thinking things over. Big Blue goes down with Narset. No, does not go down with Narset yet. Goes down with Narset now. Banishing Light. Coming on down. Sure. Yep. These things, inconvenient, but not unexpected. And make a 5/5? Right? Yeah. Comes in tap, opponent gains a life, we draw a card. Do they have, like, Settle the Wreckage or Seal Away? No! We got him! Folks, that was a wild, wild game. Not gonna lie, I was very not sure if we are gonna be able to bring that one home, but darn it, we got there. So GG, opponent, GG. It was an honor. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. The deck performed okay. It was a little rough. We definitely lost more games than we won. I think the format is a little fast for this archetype, but I will say we did have a ton of fun when, like, Precognition was on the battlefield. Even in a couple of our losses, we were just, like, slinging spells off the top, going crazy and everything. It was absolutely insane. Like, one of our matches, we were playing up against a Goblins opponent, and we were doing really, really well. Had them locked down, had lethal in play. From the top of their deck, they pull a Bane Fire, of all things, and kill us. And I was like, oh, no. And then, like, you know, some other crazy shenanigans like that. Got a little unlucky on a couple of different occasions. So that might account for our, you know, a little bit subpar record for it. But it was a lot of fun to play. So I wouldn't discourage you from building it, but I would say I don't think we're breaking the meta, right? That said, as far as improvements go, I'm not really sure. We might change up our interaction suite just a little bit. There were several times we did need another board sweeper. So maybe one more Storm's Wrath might be okay. But we also have almost no bounce. I was hoping the Inscription of Insight might come in handier than it did. So maybe something like Into the Royal and stuff would be flexible enough to be justified. Something like that. But let me know what you folks think down in the comments below. And that said, I appreciate you being here, and I will catch you all next time.